Makes a couple duels here and there, but has to back off eventually. Not much damage being exchanged from either side just yet. Both teams at a bit of a stalemate as they back up A ramp.
Yeah, there is some space now created for ENCE as they do move towards this A site. 2 players already on it, but look at the backtracking coming through from ENCE. Already on rotation and may look to challenge the backside of the B site. Hyenas haven't quite moved away positioning from there. You still have the likes of Borup lurking in that position. Ooh, jump boost coming through, looking for that first headshot. Connects Dodo, are you kidding me? That's the instant playthrough coming in from Dodo. Doesn't follow it up with a third as Hades does. That's the fall from Kiabi's shot to the head. And for that reason, ENCE do have the advantage into this. Dodo, he's stranded, but he's still able to grab out another one before he falls. This is just the start of the game and Dodo is bringing out madness.
Yeah, Dodo already off to a stellar start with a 4K, but this is still doable for Kirby. It's not like the bomb is ticked down and he's still got a P2K to work with. Looking for the angles here, he has to play against the bait and switch setup, and it should be next to impossible. But with that kit, with that smoke, he's made it a lot easier. Taps the bomb, and he wants to bait them out. Now they're starting to sweat. He's looking for their heads. He almost manages to find one, taps away one, but the time has already ticked down, and there's no way that SPINX is going to allow this to get away. Very close effort, but Kirby.
Siemka, chciałbym Was zaprosić do wzięcia udziału w konkursie na kosę, który organizuję na stronie Hellcase. Zasady giveawaya są następujące. Musicie użyć kodu Matheo, który daje Wam darmowy balans, doładować swoje konto za co najmniej $2 przy użyciu kodu matheobonus, dzięki któremu dostaniecie 15% więcej do depozytu, subskrypcja mojego kanału oraz kliknięcie w podany film na stronie giveawaya. Zapraszam również do otwierania skrzyneczek, skorzystania z upgradera i innych trybów dostępnych na stronie. Link macie w opisie.
Setup. You don't see that too much on the CT side, but I'm glad to see it. And AZ, he's glad to see a head, but his own head will be the one that is removed from his body. Fesser, happy to chime in with the numbers as he gets a kill for himself as well. Moving up ramp, Gade picks up a couple clean kills.
Oh, I would have thought equilibrium would have been restored, but Hyenas are on a one-way alley shooting without really receiving too much back. Can he run away with it with his life? This is beautiful. He's able to grab out one, but runs low on health. Kiabi snatches him off. And just for that, it's the MP9 grabbed into the hands. But so much information was given to ENCE. So much time and space was provided for them to make themselves that room to head towards this B site. They've solidly taken it in their favor. SPINX through the smoke as well. Taking out Gade. Just is going to be a simple lineup for them. Just like that. In a matter of one... have shown their presence. Boost coming through. Borup, the read comes through. I think he spotted the battle of his opponent's weapon there. Smoke coming out will make them think to repeat that angle. Kiabi, the aggression. Spray down coming through. Does knock out Ditcher, but he has to fall to the flames of Hades. Now on that 3 and 4, it is Hyenas with the advantage. But ENCE, they're sticking around.
Yeah, they stuck around, but that might not be the right call because Borup is ready and waiting with the AWP. He's waiting for that shelf boost, and there's a flashbang primed and ready, but Dodo will still manage to win out this duel. He's making it look so easy with these individual frags, but now Borup wants to take initiative. Gets aggressive with the AWP, almost gets caught out, and he's so low on HP that a bullet grazing his shoulder will mean certain death. It's Dodo going for more spray transfers. Borup is still playing within enemy lines, cannot manage to get a bullet into the head of Hades, and that leaves AZ.
Prestige over their opponents with quite an impressive deficit. Though Hyenas, will they let that happen? AZ taking quite a lot of damage initially. Borup, though, quick to the trigger. Snappy does get knocked out of the server. Dodo with 2 entry frags on the other side of the map. SPINX as well towards mid. All of a sudden, this is turned up against the wall. ENCE now have the advantage with Hyenas losing most of their players.
Yeah, this is a complete slappage by Dodo.
Through, pistol shots through the smoke. Nade potentially do quite a bit of damage. Bomb does get interrupted. They're going to trickle on forwards. Lovely flash. SPINX can't do anything about it. Snappy has to backtrack from it. Oh, Dodo is on that backline duty. Looking to chip away one by one. Snappy does get shot down. Just like that, AZ will move on towards scaffolding, but Daika and Hades are here to stay 2-on-2. This is close, but Hades needs to close up the gap. They don't have a kill available for them, and they need to close this ground fast. 1 kill found, 1 remaining. Fesser's position is now compromised, looking for the shot. Not quite succeeding. Finally getting a headshot on Dika. Fesser with a double up. And it's a little bit of a weak round for ENCE for sure, but you know, they've dedicated quite a lot of players towards the speed site, so maybe this could be good enough. 1-for-1 at the start. Backline available. Looking for the shot, spraying from afar, but SPINX is coming up victorious in the end. But here comes the cavalry and the backside is being challenged. Kiabi making things work with that Galil. Damage onto Snappy, he's low. They turn their attention towards him. Double up on that. SPINX and Diha are able to get themselves a kills available. And now Fessa is all by himself. All his teammates have fallen, but both players on the end side are very low. One shot should do it with his AK. Has he spotted out one of those players? I think he has. He does. SPINX shut down, and now the bomb button will go down. It's all up to him and Diha to defuse the situation. But he moves up. Expects Diha to move up close. He does peek out.
They try to play for the overtime. It is a tough affair, and this should generally be just a mowdown. Dodo happy to lap them up piece by piece. Very easy spray down, and HADES. Hyenas right up the ramp. Fesser wants to get dirty. Playing very close to the smoke, and he'll push straight out. Snappy actually doesn't catch him for long enough for him to get away with a kill. He's taken out a key player on the ENCE defense, but unfortunately, that is another kill coming out from Snappy. He is making it look way too easy as he brings the numbers down to only one. Now,
I know every sort of strategy. They played it as they were playing cops and robbers as they were kids.
And speaking of robbers, I think he'd have to pick the right bomb site to not encounter the remaining CT, and that is simply not happening. ENCE. Got the smokes lined up, but now ENCE, they've got two players in connector, which allows him to quickly bring the reinforcements. HADES will stick to his guns, but unfortunately his guns won't work out for him. Snappy tries to chime in from stairs, finds a headshot, is looking for more. Diha responds as well, so that is 2 kills under the belt of the CT side. ENCE is still looking to make a bit more of a dent, but Gade comes away with 3 kills.
Plant to come underway, a little bit of a greedy angle, but he runs away with it, still alive. Gade has to be careful of his backline, rotates and SPINX is out of the equation. Now moves onwards towards jungle. This is master movement from Gade, but not quite quick enough. Pistol being thrown out here from Doto, and it works out. Borup in that 1v2, Molly to move out of position, but the flash is perfect, and Diha compromises with that.
It ended up working out, and now you can see that being reflected in their mindset. HADES gets aggressive with the AWP, and that leads to a pretty big advantage here. Diha playing around the smoke. Is it 2 for 2? He's done this before.
Yeah, but can he do it again? HADES wins out on Kiabi, and that's yet another trade going their way, isolating them one by one. Diha puts the icing on the cake. Available for them, it is a difficult regard. Ooh. Both players spotting out each other's legs, but it's HADES to pull the trigger first. Gade quickly on the return, but no. SPINX there and dominates upon it.
The time is tick-tick-tocking, the clockmaker favoring ENCE heavily. Unless they can get 2 quick frags, this is going to be a lost cause. Kirby coming around the corner. Diha, he's got the right idea, and the spray down successful. That is a round being squandered for Hyenas. AZ does not have a chance at getting this back. There's only 12 seconds. He needs to quickly get onto the site and get 2 kills, and I don't think that's going to be happening anytime soon. Spots ahead, but HADES is quicker. A little bit easier, but wait, scratch that thought. I think HADES just spotted a pixel. It's Hyenas lining up for that A site push. HADES, quick on the trigger, 1-for-1 trade as Borup wants to make that Desert Eagle work.
Snappy though, he bounces back with that AUG. He's got the backline there covered, but he needs to be careful. 2 different angles. Fessa was quick enough, and now they've got reinforcements. HADES has to make it work, but don't know with the AWP. HADES as well.
For double smokes, and the Tech 9s should start to come through. USB at the ready. The double defense from Triple and CT hasn't found any heads just yet, but as the Tech 9 gets closer, it becomes more dangerous, but Fesser doesn't care because he's making that USB work. Diha, 1-for-1 trade, and now they want to get aggressive on CT. They want to clear out at least 1 angle, so it becomes a little bit easier to hold on to the site. But Diha, with a 2nd kill coming his way, makes it a more reasonable affair. A 3rd for him. He's gotten a 3K, and maybe he wants to make it better. Kirby, we've seen this kind of 1v2 before on Vertigo, but can he redeem himself for the 2nd time? Slowly clearing these angles out. He spots a player in CT, and he knows that the 2nd one is in Palace. He's scoping up behind him. He's in hot pursuit, and he even finds a headshot. Ooh. That is the round. Potentially, no, there's not enough time. That is a roller coaster of emotions.
lurking in this position, but now they're going to trickle on forwards, and ENCE may have the upper hand, but if Borat can perform, it might be a completely different story. Just like that, 2 kills go his way, and now the bomb will go down. Maybe the job has been done, because already the rotations are in order. Hades will be able to deal with one, and Diho with the other. AZ, it's all up to him. Headshot onto one, not quite the second one to follow through. Diha, he is low, misses out on the shot. It's a headshot to come through.
Any reinforcements from Hyenas that can come around very quickly. Smokes go out, and this is where the action happens. The cavalry starting to move in. Molotovs to knock them out of position. AZ with a flashbang tries to chime in, but Gate is still alive and kicking. From under Palace, he tries to keep on fighting, but he will not live for long enough. 1-for-1 trade brings it down to a 4-on-4. AZ struggling to find the angle around a smoke, and that's 2 trades coming out for the T's.
Trickle on now, flash coming through, and this is going to assign the attack. HE grenade to be thrown, taking his time on that regard. Flash coming through, Fessa from stairs, inching forwards with his team, gaining 1 kill in their favor. It is absolutely vital they win this round to stay in this game, and it looks like they're on the brink of doing so. Fessa, he's low, Snappy will try and deal extra damage, try and make room for him to get that plant down. SPINX keeping his teammate alive, and now things are close. 2-on-2, Snappy on the back around, Burp trades it onwards. SPINX all by himself to deal with 2 players, gets it down to a 1-on-1. AZ, he's only got 30 points of health remaining on him. Flash thrown out. Can he find it? SPINX breaking through. Are you kidding me? 3 players, but no one is looking now. And Snappy does, and the timing isn't quite right for Kierby. IC getting 1 kill, but most of them going to the ENCE's favor. 5 players will make that 4. Hades still keeping it onwards. ENCE, they're looking favorable with only Gade and Fessa now trying to rotate onto the site.
Their only chance at redemption is maybe interrupting the bomb, but that is not the case. The bomb comfortably gets planted. They're all in position. This is already looking like a GG, and the first G has been typed in. It's just Fesser as the last letter on the keyboard that needs to be punched in. Because it's ENCE with a massive numbers advantage. There's nothing that Fesser can come out with. GG WP as ENCE come out on top with a 16-14 victory. How do they do this?